Malik D, your financial credit guru, the hitmaker, the score. Welcome back to the next episode of The Score. And for those who do not know who yours truly, Malik D, your financial credit guru, the hitmaker, the score is, visit me on my website, www.malikdavis.com. That's www.malikdavis.com. You can also visit me on my Instagram handle as well, at Malik Davis 211. That's at Malik Davis 211 with 104K followers. To my viewers and listeners, today is going to be a very, very interesting topic in a conversation about Mr. Daniel Penny, the white guy who just got found not guilty in New York for killing the black guy on the subway. Very, very interesting conversation. But before we jump into that, let me introduce you to my co-host, Mr. Tyreek Bey with Jetson Life. Brother Tyreek, how you feeling this afternoon?
Man, too blessed to be stressed, brother.
Too blessed to be stressed. I hear that. But anyway, I wanted to engage with our viewers and listeners and our audience about Mr. Daniel Penny, the white guy who just got found not guilty in the New York courts for killing that black guy on the subway. But let's jump into the clip so my viewers and our listeners can really understand what this conversation is going to be all about today.
Also following another breaking news story out of New York City, where just a short time ago, a jury has found Daniel Penny not guilty of criminally negligent homicide. This related to last year's subway chokehold death of Jordan Neely.
Yeah, you may remember that. Now, this verdict comes after a judge threw out the most serious charge against the former Marine on Friday after the deadlocked jury failed to reach a unanimous decision. Penny had pleaded not guilty to all charges levied against him. NBC News correspondent Rahima Ellis joins us now from outside the courthouse. Rahima, there's been a lot of reaction to this verdict. The judge told the jury to harmonize their views this morning. What are we hearing about their decision today?
Well, we haven't heard a lot about their decision except the most definitive piece that we could hear, and that is a not guilty verdict. And it had to be unanimous by all 12 members. 7 women and 5 men had to all agree on this verdict. It didn't take them long. It took less than an hour from the time they went into deliberation that they sent the judge a note, the court a note, saying that they had reached a verdict. And perhaps it's in part because of what happened on Friday, when the prosecution heard that these jurors were deadlocked on that most serious charge of manslaughter, and the prosecution asked for the court to dismiss the manslaughter charge, and the judge agreed to do that. At that point, the jurors were told to go home on Friday evening, to not think about this case and come back with a fresh mind on Monday. Apparently they did, and it did not take them long to reach that verdict of not guilty on this charge, the lesser of the most serious charges, which is criminal negligence homicide. And to understand what that means, in some sense, that means that it's causing death, but involves ordinary carelessness. It's almost as if someone, for example, had left a child in a car during hot weather. It was not intended to happen, but it was reckless in that regard. It was carelessness in that regard. So the jurors have come back with that. We should mention there was an outburst in the courtroom when that verdict was announced. Vicki and Morgan?
Rahima, this was a high-profile case. It brought out supporters on both sides. What happens next?
Well, one of the things we know that will happen is that the family of Jordan Neely has filed a civil lawsuit in this particular case against Daniel Penny. Where that goes, we do not know. But in terms of what the prosecution will do, that's still not known. What we do know, they cannot refile the manslaughter charge against him because it was the prosecution that asked for that charge to be dismissed. So at this point, Daniel Penny walks out of this courtroom a free man.
Rahima Ellis, live in Manhattan for us. Rahima, thank you very much.
Thanks, Rahima.
Got it right there,
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about.
What's the deal with this right here? What's the deal with this right here, Mr. Tyreek Bey, my brother? And I think the deal is this. Black Lives Matter movement has officially ended. All these Black Lives supporters, Black Lives Matter supporters, all of these black activists, all of these what is it, the NAACP, all these movements that love to try to get behind situations like this without really divulging and without really explaining to the people as to what the real cause was and the real issue was as to why this black man ended up getting killed on the subway by the white guy, Mr. Daniel Penny. But I can tell you what this is signaling is that the Black Lives Matter movement that was in full of effect about 4, 5, or 6 years ago has officially ended today or yesterday when Daniel Penny got found not guilty. And I know it's a lot of angry Black Lives Matter movement individuals out there, the NAACP movement that's angry about this. And I only say they're angry about it because now it's a civil suit that's in the play now, which stems around money. What's your take on that, brother?
I mean, damn, it didn't even take them a whole hour, right? It was like, yo, we ready to get up out of here. You feel me? Let's wrap this dude up, man. Get up out of here. You know, it ain't even took them a whole hour. They even did take so they even worry about the manslaughter. We ain't worry about that. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and wrap this dude up, man. Get up out of here. So yeah, man, that's crazy, man. They ain't showed no love. Now I had the shoes been reversed, man, and had the black guy choked him out and killed him. Yo, we already know that would have ended. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at least the manslaughter. I mean, you can't you choke a man to death. You know.
Well, hold on now, before you start to really get emotional with this thing.
I ain't emotional.
Okay, well let's stick to the facts. Let's stick to the basis and let's stick to the point. You had this guy coming on the subway, violent, threatening individuals, threatening to harm and kill other individuals from what they say, allegedly, because he stated that he was hungry and he was homeless at the same time. This is what they say, that he came onto that subway violent. He came onto that subway threatening individuals to bring bodily harm and to take their lives. And these people were, on the subway was in fear for their lives, including the white guy, Daniel Penny. So you got to stick to the basics. You got to stick to the beginning, the middle, and the end. There's always a beginning, a middle, and an end in a situation. There's never an end and then the middle and then the beginning. It's always the beginning, the middle, and the end. And what people are failing to realize is that this guy came in with that violence. He came in, ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me. He was already mentally disturbed. He came in violent. He came in threatening people's lives, and he demonstrated aggressiveness, and he demonstrated the threats that he was that he spoke out that he was trying to carry out. So you got to look at it now. Self-defense. Self-defense. So if you take away an individual's right to self-defend themselves, because now individuals are threatening to create bodily harm and to take your life, and if you don't have the right to self-defend yourself, then you put yourself in a predicament where someone else is going to take your life and other individuals' lives too. So let's not negate the fact or sidestep or sidetrack the fact that this guy came on that subway threatening individuals and threatening their lives and being violent. So stick to the basis. So now you got people out here talking about, he shouldn't have never chokehold him. He shouldn't have never killed him or whatever. No, man, I don't agree with that. I agree with the verdict that came out that white boy Daniel Penny should have gotten found not guilty. Here it is. You've been having a lot of these individuals running out here terrorizing these cities, especially these Democratic cities, with violence, thinking that they are untouchable, thinking that they have a free reign to commit violence. No, what this is saying to me is that the Black Lives Matter movement bullshit is over. And I do not trust that Black Lives Matter movement, because I seen what they did with all the funds and money that they collected back in when Joe Biden and Kamala Harris had all the Black Lives Matter movement in full of effect to make it untouchable for these individuals out here to commit crimes and to wreak havoc on these cities and things like that, and to get away with it. So I'm in an agreement with the not guilty verdict that came in on the behalf of Daniel Penny, because if he would have got found guilty, clearly that Black Lives Matter movement and all that other bullshit out there that they really be getting behind in order to steal money with these organizations would have took away our self-defense rights. That's my take on it. What's your take?
I mean, you know, I look at it like this: had this child, had this happen, let's say 2020, 2021, you'd have had a different verdict, probably. You know what I'm saying?
Of course you would have.
You'd have had a different verdict. I mean, the whole thing you were saying when we came on was like the Black Lives Matter. They not upholding to none of that shit no more. You know what I'm saying? That was like, you know what they say when Jesus died on the cross for our sins?
Yeah.
Homie took a knee to the neck. You know what I'm saying? He died. You know what I'm saying? To open up.
Who was homie that you talking about? George
Floyd. Yeah. He took a knee to the neck.
And that was another different type of situation right there. But anyway.
I'm just saying that opened up, that tragic situation opened up, you know what I'm saying, open up things, man. People had opportunities, people was making money. It was these corporations was buying, you know, they was catering to black people, man. You know, it was shit was like down in reparations.
But even the Black Lives Matter movement, the organization itself was using that George Floyd situation in order to raise money and to take in money, but turning around, misappropriating the money by running out there buying houses.
Yeah, that's a whole different topic. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that the country, as far as America, you know, that was a period where they was receptive and they was feeling, they was catering, they was letting us get things accomplished. They was giving deals away. They was doing all kind of shit because it was a public relations situation. You know, they was looking bad about some things. Now that done died down, you know what I'm saying? It's back to business. You feel me? It's back to really what it was, and I don't think we took advantage of the situation the right way. You know what I'm saying? We didn't take advantage of it. Now, you know, we in situations, you know, shit has done changed. But going back to this situation with the trial, you know, yeah, I heard the stories. You know, if someone come on a train, they acting crazy and stuff like that. They say they're gonna kill people, and then somebody stepped up and did something. You know, that's what it is. You know, I wish he didn't kill the dude, but you know, I wouldn't there. You feel me? He you know, what would you have done if you in that situation? You know what I'm saying?
Well, if my life was in danger and I'm being threatened for someone that's threatened to take my life, not only my life, but other individuals that surround me in that situation, I am going to exercise my right as far as self-defense to defend my life and the other individuals' lives around me as well. That's what I'm going to do. But hold that thought. Let's take a quick commercial break so we can pay the bills. My name is Malik Davis. I'm effective and I'm efficient when it comes down to producing those credit results. I don't play around. Yeah, I have a lot of shrewdness with me and a lot of aggressiveness with me, but I get the job done and my clients appreciate that.
There's a dude by the name of Malik. We call him Malik, the credit guru. He goes in and cleans up everything.
What type of clients do I service? I service them all. Blue collar, white collar, doctors, lawyers, actors, singers. Doesn't matter who you are. I don't have time for your games. I don't have time for your bullshit. Either you want your credit fixed or either you don't.
And one of the reasons why my credit is incredible because I got Malik Davis 211 credit guru. This is not an endorsement. This is knowledge.
Either you want your credit fixed or either you don't. Either you want me to properly educate you and lead you to where you need to be led so you can obtain the things that you need to obtain, or you don't. You seeking my services out. Don't tell me what it is that you want to do when you're seeking my services out, because I'm telling you what you need to do.
No matter how much money you got, that credit got to be right. So I can always depend on my boy Malik Davis to make sure my credit is always right. No matter how much money you got in this world, your credit is crucial. Make sure it's clean, make sure it's tight, make sure it's right. Check him out.
Welcome back to The Score. Like I was stating, Tyreek, I am going to exercise my right as far as self-defense to defend myself and everyone else that's around me, lives that are being threatened and put in jeopardy, and their lives are being threatened to be taken away from them. So in that situation, which is a hostile situation, it's almost like do or die. And I'm not finna die.
Now they
So
had
I'm going to exercise my right as self-defense.
They had a similar situation, man, happened a couple of years ago in Oakland. You know what I'm saying? They was on the Oakland train or whatnot, and was this dude? He was acting crazy, just like my man was acting crazy. He was saying, "Yo, I'm gonna hurt y'all. I'm gonna stab." You know, he was picking on these two girls or whatnot, and then somebody did step up and try to, you know, help out. And the dude, he pulled out a knife on that train and he stabbed a couple of people to death. So, you know what I'm saying, had somebody had grabbed him and put him in the full Nelson chokehold, something like that, you know, if they had an opportunity to do that, he would have saved some lives. So I can understand where people, you know, where my man came in and done that, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, but you can still, I mean, just the whole thing where they wouldn't like, it didn't take them. I mean, it was just, it happened so quick, man. It was like I said, if this was 2021, this wouldn't have been the outcome. Trust me.
Well, this is not 2021 when Kamala Harris and Joe Biden administration was in full of effect. We're letting all this chaos and letting all these Democratic ran cities get spiraled out of control with all this violence, with all these individuals out here creating chaos and havoc within these communities, that's getting away with all this crime and getting away with all this violence. This is a clear sign, and this is a clear statement that BLM, Black Lives Matter bullshit is finished and is over with up under this new administration that is now getting ready to take over here in 2025. So I advise that all these black individuals, especially these millennials, especially all these young individuals out here that's out here running amok, thinking they can commit these crimes, thinking that they are untouchable, you know what I'm saying, or invincible from any kind of sanctions or any kind of retributions or punishment that will be bestowed upon them. I advise them to think twice now, because this is a new era that is getting ready to be displayed, and all that bullshit that was taking place back in 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, that shit is over.
Now, don't get it. Now, me personally, I think that even though it was some bullshit involved with the Black Lives Matter, you know what I'm saying? I think that,
and the NAACP, they full of shit too.
Yeah,
and and I gotta keep it real, they full of shit too, because they use instances like this right here. I call them ambulance chasers. I call them, chasing, it's like a U-Haul behind a hearse. Or the saying that they use. Okay, here it is. You got a U-Haul behind her. I call them ambulance chasers, chasing in behind and benefiting off the death of someone else that was in the wrong when that was in the wrong. And I hate that the guy's dead, but he was in the wrong. And now he's dead now. And you got organizations like Black Lives Matter, NAACP, all these black coalitions that get behind, because now potentially it's a civil suit involved now, which stems around money. And that's what I call ambulance chasing. getting behind the bag now. And if I'm not mistaken, the father said, okay, I understand you miss your son, and I understand you are making a statement. What we going to do about this? Where were you at to prevent your son from even being homeless, number one? Number two, from even going on that subway, talking about he was hungry and threatening people's lives and threatening bodily harm and all this type of shit. Where was the father at then? Where was the father at then when he, of course he's speaking about that he missed his son. I get that. And I understand the fatherly love for your child. But where were you at to prevent your son, number one, from being homeless, number two, from going on that subway with all that crazy shit that end up getting them killed? Where were you at then now? And then now you're making a statement, we need to do something about this. No, something should have supposed to have been done about that a long time ago with you as the father and your son. That is my take on it.
I mean, yeah, I mean, that's two different situations. I mean, the dude father and all that. I was talking about the Black Lives Matter you was referring to.
Well, Black Lives Matter movement is full of shit.
Yeah, I mean, but what I was saying, yeah, it was full of shit. But what I was saying was that shit opened up opportunities.
It opened up opportunities, but the black folks did not take the opportunities and use the opportunities in the right way.
They didn't match the gas on that. That's what I'm saying. We should have you don't let up when you get in some type of headway like that. When all these doors are starting to open, you don't let up on that shit. You don't give them a breather to change up like they doing now. Like, yeah, we ain't giving y'all no deals, none of that shit no more. You mash the gas on that. But see, the people that was running the movement, once they got their bread and their little situation handled, that was
they went out there and bought houses, D. They misappropriated. They misappropriated the funds. That Black Lives Matter movement with all them women that was running that organization, they was taking the money. They was taking the money that they was bringing in, and they was using that money to go out there and buy real estate. They used the situation with George Floyd and used that situation with him end up getting murdered or killed like that, and they used that to draw in the funds and the money and misappropriated those funds and misused those funds to run out there and buy $1 million damn mansions and houses.
I mean, we know that.
So why would anyone take us seriously as far as the Black Lives Matter movement and then continue to keep on feeding you and then continue to keep on providing opportunities for you to continue to keep on, equity, inclusion, and all this DEI shit, you know what I'm saying, to bring in more money when they clearly see that you wasn't nothing but a bunch of thieves and you were stealing from your own movement to go out there and buy houses.
Hey man, like I said, they didn't match the gas on that. We should have matched the pressure should have been kept upon these corporations and all this type of shit. They should have kept the pressure on.
The corporations don't even take the Black Lives Matter movement seriously because they see how they was misappropriating the funds.
Well, that ain't why they stopped doing it. They stopped doing it because it wasn't no more. It shit ain't in the media no more. Ain't nobody tearing up shit no more. Ain't nobody protesting. None of that shit going on no more. See, that's what caused them to cave and to do all that type of shit. So once the pressure was off, they just gave that to pacify. Yeah, to pacify y'all niggas some shit, pacify y'all. Once that little bread got out there,
started getting network deals. Started getting
Fox, for example. Let's look at Fox. Look at Fox. Look at the shit at Fox. When Fox sold and shit started, you know what I'm saying? That was from Black Lives Matter movement. You know what I'm saying?
Started giving up budgets. Started giving up big deals.
Giving up deals and everything. People was eating. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as that pressure laid up, you know what I mean? It's over with now.
Hold that thought. Let's take a quick commercial break so we can pay the bills.
For me, cooking is an art. I like having fun. I'm not a chef, but I definitely love pancakes. Growing up, my grandfather always made pancakes with a crispy edge. So for me, when I make my pancakes, they have to have a crispy edge to it. I love food. I know people think vegans don't eat, but I eat. I love eating. And I do have a sweet tooth, so funnel cakes and pancakes, yeah, I'd say they're kind of my weakness.
Welcome back to the score. What was you saying? What was you
Yeah.
stating now, Tyreek?
That was a once in a lifetime opportunity, and we didn't know, and we didn't take advantage of these situations. You know what I'm saying? Now that ain't no more, that's dead. The whole thing dead. They don't care nothing about that no more. Like ain't no pressure on these people to open doors no more. They matter of fact, they're closing them shits back. You feel me?
Like I told you, what this is, it's a statement. Black folks, we gave you your opportunity. Black folks, we provided opportunities to you. You misappropriated these opportunities that we laid out for you back in 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024 with the opportunities and the monies that we was giving you. We are making a statement yesterday when that white boy Daniel Penny got found not guilty on all charges for murdering that black guy Jordan on that subway. That is a clear statement. This Black Lives Matter movement bullshit is over, and the NAACP coalition or whatever, we ain't hearing shit you talking about. None of that. None of it. Period. This is a statement we making because we allowed you guys to run off that Black Lives Matter bullshit for 4 years, and you created chaos. You created havoc within these cities. You created all kind of unlawful bullshit to the point it makes it seem like you can't even have self-defense no more. You can't even exercise your self-defense. Now, all of a sudden, this is an unjust verdict. Oh, what we going to do about this? Now that you got the ambulance chasers involved now, trying to go after a bag civilly now. This ain't no George Floyd right here. This ain't going to turn into no George Floyd. I don't give a damn if you're running out here tearing up the cities. This is a statement that if you get your ass out of line like you've been out of line during the Biden and Harris administration, we got something for you. And it ain't no more getting away with all this bullshit you've been doing here in these cities. That's over. That's my take. But anyway, let's take a quick commercial break so we can pay the bills.
Sometimes we let the outside noise tap into our biggest insecurities. But like the river, like a waterfall flowing with ease, it's time to cleanse those thoughts. Melt away your fears, water you. Lean into a confident you. With IVRX, I'm just leaning into the best version of me.
Welcome back to the score. Tyreek, what's your take?
Like I said earlier, man, timing, you know what I mean? That happened during the time where the shit don't got no hit no more. It's not gonna hit no more. So if you're right, if something were to go down now, it ain't gonna be none of that. It's gonna be what it is, man. So like I said, man, I heard for the family who went through that situation, you know what I mean? Like you said, the dude, his father, he showed up. And that's a question I was asking myself, like, damn, where was you at? You know what I mean? Your man's out here, and you gotta look at it, man. Mental illness is real, man.
Of course it is.
Yeah, mental illness is real. Especially, going here in New York, man, where you need $3,000 just to get a 1-bedroom up there. You know what I'm saying? So, he probably struggling to make it, man, and he couldn't. He wasn't going. Look what he had to do to make bread. He had to act like my MJ on the subway. You feel me? He probably ain't want to do that. He was going. He bugged out. He crashed out, and he had a bad day. And the circumstances took him out of here, man.
That bad day cost him his life with a trained Marine that happened to be on that subway that day. He is a trained Marine, and he said what he's been trained to do. That's what he's been trained to do. In the Marines, you train to self-defend yourself. You are trained to de-escalate hostile situations, especially when they are life-threatening hostile situations that puts your life in jeopardy and puts everyone else's life around you in jeopardy. That's what Marines are trained for. They are trained to de-escalate situations like that. And that's what he was trained to do as a Marine. You got to look at that. Those are trainings that he received while he was in the military, while he was in the Marines, to de-escalate hostile, threatening situations. And like I said, this is all about not taking away our self-defense rights, because we have that right to self-defend our persons, our property, and our whole existence, and other individuals around us as well. We have that right to self-defend ourselves. And had that went down oppositely of what it's been used to being, where individuals getting away with shit like that, as far as like threatening people's lives and threatening to take your life and all that, and nothing gets done when they do that, commit those type of acts. I'm talking about Jordan. I'm not talking about the penny guy. I'm talking about the black guy. He came into a situation. He was hostile. He was violent. He was threatening. He was trying to bring chaos. Hey, and he met his maker that day. Now, had he got away with that, that would have been setting the precedence for what's been taking place over the past 4 years up under Biden and Harris administration, with this Black Lives Matter bullshit, and with this NAACP bullshit, and with all these ambulance chasers getting behind situations like that to try to collect the bag off a civil suit. And that's my take on that, D. Tyreek.
Hey, man. There you have it.
So what I suggest that individuals do, like I stated before, is to really get their heads on a swivel, because this is a statement, and it's letting you individuals out there know that's thinking that you get ready to demonstrate the same bullshit. It's a new day, and we will knock your ass down, and we will lock your ass up. Plain and simple. And until the next time on The Score, I want you guys to stay plugged into this YouTube channel, as it is a new YouTube channel. I want you guys to like these episodes, to subscribe to these episodes, to watch these episodes, and to comment on these episodes. Every last episode that we put out, all the content that we put out, it is very important that you smash that like button, that you subscribe, that you watch this content that we putting out, and that you comment on this content, because we're going to keep rolling out this good content on different topics and subjects on the regular. Like I said, until the next time, stay plugged into The Score. Malik D. Peace.
If only you knew, you would call up the credit guru. Now I'm good with the credit bureau. Now I'm good with the credit bureau. Went from 540 to a 750. New credit lines, I'ma push the limit. See signs of Christ all through the city.
MalikDavis.com